Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Counselor's Office. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. I'm doing this live. I'm giving you my first impressions right now. I've been streaming for 5 hours. To my knowledge, as I'm ending, it's like almost 11 o'clock p.m. Going to bed. I haven't seen anyone else complete the story. Oh, I'm going to tell you right now, I have not completed the story of week 1. So hold that little asterisk at the top of that. I need to talk about the elephant in the room. We are now going in at the end of the grand finale of the Light and Dark saga. 10 years. And Bungie still doesn't know how to fucking run a new release, a new launch. And it's not because of heavy traffic. There was some good traffic going on. Sure, absolutely. Player count was around almost 80K, 76K, something like that, which is roughly 11K more than the launch of Revenant. And because this is a more important story throughout the history of Destiny, but it is still significantly less than the Final Shape launch and some other seasonal launches. This is probably due to the fact that Bungie introduced a lot of new content. When I say new to Destiny 2, it's obviously from D1, the Dreadnought. It just goes to show that Bungie can't handle new releases. It continues to break the game, and I'm sure that people are going to find more bugs that have yet to be found, as we always do. But I'm going to focus on just the episode itself. Story-wise, there wasn't much of it. There's an attention grabber at the beginning, which is great. You know, I'm already invested. I'm sure there's a plot twist that you get later on as you complete the story. We'll get there in a minute. Why I'm not like blazing the story. The story is all right, which I said the same thing about the beginning of Revenant. It was all right. However, Revenant, all 3 weeks were in one, whereas this is just week 1. So I'm going to keep it very light. My expectations on the story is not that high. I'm also very tired and drained, so that's why you're hearing a very kind of chill review, like impressions, is because I've been drained mentally. My first impression of the activity is exactly what I thought it was going to be. There was a lot of nostalgia. We saw a lot of parts of the Dreadnought. If you missed the Dreadnought, congratulations. If you never played D1, congratulations. You get to explore the Dreadnought. There are secrets, for sure. I've seen some different stuff, and they're there. But as you imagine, once you have found the secrets and you've done the thing, the patrol-like activity begins to lose its charm after the first time, especially when you go solo, which I'll say the solo experience for this is really, really bad. It is so bad because Bungie did not balance like the damage and how much damage you do to enemies. All they did was give you more health, more like tokens to try to off balance, better boost the negatives. I did a full run solo and a full run with a group of people and the advanced slot, and I saw no real difference. None. But I did see that it took longer solo without actually like worrying about exploring. Like if you wanted to just run through this solo, you're going to have a bad time. It is not catered to a real enjoyable solo experience. It is not fun. And I'm going to say it. The regen ability, the non-regenning abilities is also not fun because for having more health, the enemy still hits you really freaking hard. And I like the concept that Bungie wants you to go in with builds. But if you're focusing on support, and you're the support guy, then you're not doing like a lot of damage guy. When enemies are hitting you like crazy. Right now, as you can see that I'm using, the best thing to use is Crimson, but we all know Bungie's gonna nerf that because it's bugged. Microcosm is bugged for a different reason because it's making heavy, but as soon as Bungie gets whiffed of Crimson, making the experience a lot more bearable, Bungie's gonna nerf it and it's gonna suck. I like challenge, but Bungie did not balance this, and Bungie has since tweeted and made note that they are going to make balance passes next week. They have noted that it is not, people are not satisfied. They do not like it. It is not a fun experience when you're constantly low health all the fucking time. Everything hits you like a truck. Things are not balanced equal at all. Like there's a modifier that you do more damage, but you take more damage. Well, this equals you get one shot by everything, but you do barely any damage. The balance is ass. And it's one thing if you just had to do the activity a couple of times and you got to complete the story, but you can't even fucking complete the story because Bungie, for some fucking reason, decided to make the attunement. We have tonics, now we have Tome of Want, and it's making me want them to give up on the shitty ass retention bait bullshit and focus on actual attunement. What do I mean? Why am I so ranty already? Because you can't even fucking do this because they make you do this 3 fucking times, and then you have to get a total of 15 rewards that you have to attune. But guess what? You can't just attune on the fly because you have to get the material to attune. Oh, you got this? Oh, you need to get Essence of Desire. How do you get Essence of Desire? Doing the activity. Are you guaranteed to do it every checkpoint? No, you're not fucking guaranteed. In fact, I thought just doing like boss fights, you get it. I did multiple completions and I got 1 fucking desire. I don't know why Bungie made this the shittiest episode ever when it comes to just the most convoluted bullshit. Tonics had nothing to do with the story. You could choose not to engage with the whatever tonics, and you can at least complete the story. Bungie decided we're going to give you the tutorial, except instead of doing it 1 fucking time, we're going to make sure we beat it into your damn head because we want to make sure that you don't realize that there is no fucking story. Because if you were to take the few bits of story plus what's probably locked away behind this, you're probably going to get shit all. You're going to get shit all. You're probably going to get 10, 20 minutes of story, but Bungie doesn't want you to realize that, so they block it off with this primer. They are literally gating you by doing this activity, and you don't do the activity 1 fucking time. Here's the thing. In order to activate this attunement, to do the thing, you get the thing, you do the thing, and then what happens is that you get 3 charges of the atonement. Let's talk about it. I like this, the engravings. You don't have to worry about doing 2 different tonics, like how Revenant was, where you had to choose which one because you couldn't have both active. You had to choose one. Are you going to do the boost or are you going to do the focusing? Well, now they got rid of it, and you're going to slowly unlock the different versions, which is fantastic. Great change. Love it. But then you have to unlock these scriptures. You have to unlock them using sigil shards. In order to get the shards, you have to go around the Dreadnought and open chest and collect material. Okay. That's great. So I'm going around playing public space hunt to then make one of these, and one of these will give me 3 drops, and then you gotta do it again. But you can't just do that. No. You have to get Essence of Desire, and you have to continue to farm those over and over and over and over a fucking again. And then just to get the loot, you don't just outright get it for completing the activity. No, you have to farm progress, and you get progress as you go, but it's faster to play Crucible. Killing Guardians gives you like the fastest chance of just getting it done and unlocked. So playing the activity, you get shit all experience, because I literally ran and did a full run and barely even got a drop out of it. Bungie just doesn't get it. They won't give up on the retention bait bullshit. And instead of making a fun, exciting experience, they do everything they can to make you waste your time, because they don't care about you and your time. They want you to spend time buying their Star Wars bullshit instead of making a fun experience. I'm a veteran. I'm able to spend a lot of time, but people who are casual or even new players don't have time to grind. Maybe they just want to hop on, enjoy a little bit of the story, and then get off. But they can't fucking do that because Bungie decided to swat the crap out of you with all the stupid retention bait bullshit. And there's still things, and let's just not talk about it. Bungie did better at tooltips. That's great. Bungie put tooltips to kind of give you step-by-step how to do these things. The problem is they just disappear. You may be taking the time to read them, but if you go too slow, the tooltips just auto-disappear. I still don't even remember what the fuck these meta-size essentia do. They're apparently used at an altar, chat said, and I don't remember because the tooltip disappeared before I could read it. It is just mind-blowing how Bungie makes improvements, but then backpedals and makes things worse than they previously were. Tomb of One has some great changes, but it's being blown back by the fact that they made it even more convoluted than Tonics. It's grind, but it's not fun. And the sad thing is, there's like a couple variants, like one or two of the Nether, but you are doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. It gets redundant. I haven't even completed the story, and that's all I want to do right now is just complete the story for the week. And I've done like 10 nethers, 10 or plus nethers, and I'm already fucking tired of the activity. It is just a glorified deep dive, and I'm fucking tired of it. And that's because Bungie doesn't fucking understand that retention bait can be very bad at retaining people because it makes them hate what they're playing. I would love to continue playing Destiny because I wanted to play Vault of Glass, but instead I'm playing the same activity that I'm already tired of. I am tired of the Nether. It is one of the most boring activities I have ever played. At least the coil was somewhat entertaining. I am tired of the Nether. It is like this supersized public space patrol zone with deep dive. I'm fucking tired. I'm fucking tired of it. I have not seen anything about field work. That's great, question mark. I'm not going to give Bungie praise because we don't, there's another thing that we don't even know what the fuck it is yet. Like this right here, the Mysteriums. We have no idea what any of this is, but I'm imagining it's probably field work. If I'm going to be a betting man, this is your new field work, the Mysterium. Now, I do want to give some praise where praise is needed. Bungie was very generous by playing the activity. You opening up random public chests, you do get a lot of loot. So that's a plus. I will give Bungie credit. You get a bunch of loot. But if you're like me and you're just wanting the best of the loot, it's all trash anyways. Like, I'm going to go for those adepts, and that's all I care about. Most of it's trash to me. But for new players, returning players, at least if you're having to bang your head against the wall, you're getting some loot out of it. That's great, right? I will also say that I'm really glad that we are done with hollow projectors. Kudos to Bungie. They have intelligently removed it. However, I have found a problem in the system. I'm currently stuck on Act 1, Echoed Warnings, Step 11. Until I complete this activity, every single time I go to orbit, the voice line or text at this moment repeats itself every single time. You know, you do a holo projector one time and then it progresses, like it dings it like, okay, we're done. Now you got to do the activity. No, it will continue to do this, right? The only saving grace right now is the fact that Salone's voice actress, apparently they are, even though you do hear her, but they've picked and choose what voice lines she's allowed to say. And then now she's on After Strike. I don't know. And I don't honestly give a crap. Like, I don't care. I truly don't care. It's whatever. At this point, they should have just replaced her and just left it as the Drifter and Eris. Like, we don't need Salone. Like, we didn't need her. But the saving grace is whoever she would have replaced her, we've heard their voice over and over and over again. Like, I'm almost tempted, I'm not even joking, to just go to orbit and we're probably going to see the text pop up because that's all it's been doing constantly. It refreshes constantly. So this is the future of Destiny. Like, we need to, okay, thank God it gave us a break. They need to really go out of their way to make sure that once they say whatever they got to say, the dialogue, it doesn't say it again. Like, we really don't have to keep revisiting the same dialogue over and over again. Also, I want to just criticize the fact that they introduce another space, but it's in Eris's apartment. But instead of having a hot space, you have to go to one spot and you have to walk up another spot to access the vendor. Like, they put the vendor in the most convoluted space and it's really annoying. Like, it's just a quality of life, not necessarily like the biggest thing, but a quality of life, it really sucks. That's like my first impression on overall is the story is all right. It's very nostalgia baity so far. I just how they have geared the quest is to stretch it out to hide the fact that there is really no substance there. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it loud and I'm going to say it proud. This doesn't save Destiny. This isn't the Destiny's back. This is the same old Destiny we've had for years. You watch any content creators, any YouTubers, realize that they're fucking stupid if they say Destiny's back. No, it's not. It's the same Destiny. We're really just repainting the car right now. Nothing has changed. Like, nothing. Nothing about this changes anything. It really doesn't. And I'm not trying to be negative because I really went in solo. You can check the stream if you want. I went in trying to have some goofy, stupid fun, doing crazy fun stuff, exploring. And chat noticed that, like, hey, by the end of the stream, I have lost all energy and joy because Bungie doesn't understand what gamers want. They don't understand what the community wants. They don't understand the difference between making a good game that makes people want to play versus we're going to do everything we can to make sure you stay in our game. Please stay in our game. Please stay in our game. We're going to make you do this 20 fucking times because please stay in our game. Please stay in our game. Please stay in our game. Like, it's pure embarrassment and desperation. The amount of bullshit that is currently being applied to this episode already. We are only in the first week and I'm already tired of the new activity. That's not good. That's bad. That's really fucking bad. At least with Salvation's Edge, I was excited and entranced. And I played. I'm not actively looking forward to the next 2 weeks because I know already Bungie is going to tie the next core parts of the story to this shit. And if I have to do this every fucking week, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to actively pay someone to get onto my accounts so that I don't have to play this game. I'm not joking. I would rather pay someone else to play this game, because if I have to do this, I'm going to hate myself. I'm going to want to check into a mental hospital because I'm going to see things in my fucking sleep. I just wanted to be able to play Vault of Glass after completing the story. I intended to maybe grind out using the stupid Tomb of Wants and grinding out all the weapons and doing that later. But Bungie doesn't give you a choice. You can't complete the story without doing the shit. I'm sorry. I really am. You can ask anyone in chat, anyone who's watching the stream. I really did put my best foot forward. I really tried. I tried so hard. I had some fun with it at the beginning. But this is exactly what I knew would happen. Bungie would find some way to fuck it up because they say they're listening to us, but they don't give a fuck about you or me. It's all about money. It's all about getting you to fill out their metrics so they can show their big bosses, their board, all their people, their investors, that, hey, our game's not dead. People are playing. This is not it. I don't like this. I don't enjoy this. In fact, I would say that tonics were better, because at least if I just did the activity, whether it took an hour or so, I still got guaranteed the material to just do the tonics. I'm not even guaranteed whatever the fuck this material is, because it's so inconsistent how and when I get it. And it's even worse, because tonics, when you activated them, they worked for so many minutes and you could get multiple drops. You only get 3 drops per all the bullshit that you have to do. Somehow they made a worse tonic system. And Bungie said that they made it better. No, they didn't. All the work you do to grind it out, and you get 3 drops, and then you have to redo everything again. Whereas tonics, as long as you did what you need to do in 40 minutes or 60 minutes or whatever the time is now, you got all the stuff unlocked. You can get multiple drops. I'd imagine if you farmed raids or Crucible, you could probably get 4 or 5 drops comparative. At least I felt like when I was doing Guard of Salvation, I got like 5 or 6 drops because I was flying through encounters when I was farming. So it felt pretty good. I was like, all right. When it worked, it worked. But my God, this is the perfect case in point for why I am worried about Frontiers. And I'm worried for the rest of this episode. I don't need to see the rest of the episode to think, oh, everything's going to be all rosy, when we're in the first day of the first act of the first week and we're already being time gated by bullshit. The seasonal activity, people who are casual or new should just be able to play the episode and play the story, and that should be pretty easy. Why is the entry to the story of episode 3 the hardest one? I get it, Bungie. You showed that it was going to be 160 days on the pass, and they since removed it. That's right, 160 days, but they removed it because people were like, oh my God, it's in July. They're expanding this thing. So that's why. This is why they're doing this, because they're expanding one episode into like 2 seasons worth of content. They're expanding it. That's why. I'm sorry. It's bullshit. That's my first impressions, is that it's bullshit. I don't understand why people can't play how they want to play. They want to farm, they'll farm it. If they want to enjoy the story, let them enjoy the story. I don't understand. It is so hard for me to care about the state of Destiny, and it actively makes me want Bungie to fail. It truly does, because they don't fucking listen. And people are already complaining. They're already saying they're making changes to the activities already. It's day one, and Bungie's already tweeting that they're going to do rebalancing. Because, surprise, surprise, imagine if you don't fucking listen to your community, they're not going to play the game. So at least I give them credit for that. I give them credit for that, for actually realizing, hey, we want players to continue to play this. We're going to make the balancing changes. So pop off those of you who said they would never touch this because of the health gating stuff. If you don't want to use Crimson, which I suggest, Crimson makes it so much easier and bearable. And that and a glaive. Glaives were amazing. Glaives is a life sender. Unironically, glaives really just tanked a lot of bosses. Chris, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm being nice to you and just say I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. I'm going to criticize. I'm going to ask that you just don't come in here and say just stop playing. I'm a consumer size. I sweat. I'm going to bim because for it, and I the fuck I want. All do. Oh yes, Cross isn't defending them. He's also actively shitting on them too. So let's be honest. I'm not the only one. I'm just the most vocal one. Again, thematically, weapons, dope. Dreadnought coming back, even though it's nostalgia bait, I think it's cool. Gives a lot of new players the ability to experience the Dreadnought, even though DMG tweeted we can't have Wrath of the Machine because Bungie's working on new content. I guess the Dreadnought is new now with the peeling back of its existence. And we also played a story mode in EDZ with content that's been around since the Curse of Cyrus. So you wouldn't know what that is because Bungie sunset that. Drops pants for Pete. Yep, you just gotta drop them pants for Pete. One of the most exciting things, unironically, is the new exotic. I have to say, I played with this thing. I went solo as things ramped up, got more challenging. This is a really fun exotic. So if you want like some titties, I'm excited to play with this in Grandmaster, to be honest. It is I hope it's a really good catalyst, by the way. But like this is innovation. This is probably the most innovative thing in the episode so far. And I'm not joking. Bringing back the Dreadnought is not innovation. It's literally copying and pasting what was in D1. Deep Dives 2.0, not innovation. Like anyone who thinks that Destiny's back, you're fucking stupid. You think that Bungie innovated, they didn't fucking innovate shit all. It's literally this painting the car right now. We're painting the car. This is not saving Destiny. This is the most innovation. A new archetype and the utility of it and just the fucking amazing soundness of it. This is it. You want innovation in Heresy? This is the most innovating thing you will see so far. This sexy beast right here is it. Oh, man. But hey, you know, people want to continue to suck Bungie's cock. Go out and buy Star Wars. Just know that if you buy this, your opinion doesn't matter of Destiny because you're just a ball fondler who supports whatever happened earlier today where it just wasn't working. Enjoy. And that's my personal thoughts. I'm sorry. I'm sure more will happen over the season, and we're going to have to wait to see, because Bungie promises that they went back to time gating because there's going to be an evolution in those kind of like down weeks. They're going to try to release everything and evolve it, which is something else. They said that everything would be out at once, at one time. So I'm confused. If this is the only activity we're going to get for Act 1, how is it going to evolve? Are we going to get like new locations within the Dreadnought? I'm not for sure. So that's just my first impressions. Pretty sour. It's pretty sour. And if you're wondering, should you buy this? I'm wondering, should I buy this? No. The activity is not, it alone is not worth the money. No. Weapons, there's some really good weapons. But right now, for free, you can farm Vault of Glass and get some of the best weapons in the game. And guess what? You don't have to pay for Lodestar. You can just grind to level 40 and get it for free. Do that. Don't fucking give Bungie your money until you've seen more. Maybe Act 2 to see what those activities are and see how the evolution is. But so far, there is nothing exciting about this episode besides Lodestar. There's just not. But nothing at all is enticing me to, like, you need to buy this. I'm sorry. You will get tired of this activity very fucking quickly. And here it's even worse because this activity depends on you getting capable players more so than even Onslaught, because you have tokens now. Onslaught, as long as you were playing defense and protecting the little hub area and it's not blowing up and you're the best defender, that's great. This activity, you could be the safest player, but if you have two dumbasses, you're fucked because Bungie doesn't care. It is insane, and playing solo takes forever. You just lose. Play with friends. You don't have friends? Well, fuck you. That's the Bungie motto. That's it. I mean, I'm sure if I started this first impressions at the get-go, it would have been a little bit rosier. I'm like, oh yeah, I just had some, try to have some fun of it. It's, but my God, Bungie knows how to suck the soul out of like the groovy train so fast. It is insane. Maybe I'm wrong because it says complete part 1 of Echoed Warnings. Maybe we're done. Maybe there's no other part of the story. I just looked at this, so maybe there's nothing else, even though it's telling me there is. Which, if that's the case, there really isn't any fucking story. I just saw that. That's only part 1. There's going to be part 2, part 3. If that's it, then there really isn't any fucking other story. But bounty XP was nerfed heavily. I turned 100 bounties for 20 levels in the season pass. They probably liked the Acolyte and brought stories. Yeah. I don't know, man. The story thing, maybe it's overshot. I still think it's just this whole part is just stupid. I feel like this is just way more egregious than it needed to be. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. Again, if you want to watch me stream, check the stream out. And in the future, just watch the weeks go by and then make the determination for yourself. You don't believe me? Just watch it. Watch the content. That's the only thing I could suggest for anyone on the fence. Watch the content, watch it, and watch someone play it multiple times. Not one time, multiple times. That's the only way you're really going to get a feeling of like, okay, this is how it repeats itself. Am I okay with that? Do I enjoy that repetition? Yes, then buy it. No, don't buy it. Wait if it feels itself out. That's the only thing I can say. Unrelenting psych pops. Yeah, unrelenting. Anything heel clip, all that stuff is how you really do it. But I wish I had chat open on the screen for my first impression, because they've been telling on chat like going on. There's chat. They're already saying a little bit. But that's it. That's the end of it. This is 35 minutes long. I've got to make a thumbnail, so I will check you guys later. We're going to be streaming probably throughout the week, getting ready for the contest, trying to get some good weapons to focus on for the dungeon. And we're going to have a brutally honest review for that, because it's its own product. And so, we're going to get an entire review for that ready. Oh, maybe a couple days later. It's going to be a minute. I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, game out. Huzzah.